Hello, it's a great honor to be here and to have an opportunity to present my research in this general session. Let me start by saying just a few words about myself. I'm JinYeong. I'm a PhD candidate from the Department of Computer Science at Dong University. I'm specializing in sensor and vehicle networks. Today, in this my present, I'm going to inform you about a performance model of controller area networks for vehicles under unsaturated traffic. The purpose of this presentation is to suggest a performance model of CAN to measure the effect of bit errors on identifier field of CAN frame. Here is the overview of my presentation for today. First, I will explain the research background and motivation of this study in light of CAN. Then I will suggest an explanation on the proposed performance model for CAN. Last but not least, throughput analysis will follow. Here is the explanation for CAN. CAN is a serial field bus communication network. CAN uses a bus to transmit messages between nodes in the network. The bus arrangement reduces the number of connections between nodes. Point-to-point connections, by contrast, require an individual link between every node. Then bus arrangement requires n connections for n nodes, while a point-to-point arrangement requires n plus 1 over 2 connections for n nodes. The bus arrangement provides a significant reduction in cost and reduces propagation delays. The CAN communication protocol is carrier sense multiple access protocol with collision detection and arbitration on message probability. CSMM means that each node on us must wait for a prescribed period of inactivity before attempting to send a message. CD plus AMP means that collisions are resolved through a bitwise arbitration based on pre-programmed probability of each message and the identifier field of a message. First, take a look at Figure 1. Figure 1 is example of basic access mechanism. Three nodes try to transmit. SOF means start of frame. This identifier is the principal part of the CAN arbitration field, which is located in the beginning of each CAN message. The higher priority identifier always wins both actions. The bits in a CAN message can be sent as either high or low. The low bits are always dominant, which means that if one node tries to send a low and another node tries to send a high, the result on the bus will be a low. A transmitting node always listens on the bus while transmitting. How does a node with the the same ID attempted to transmit at the same time. Two nodes on the network are not all allowed to send the message with the same ID. If two nodes try to send a message with the same ID at the same time, arbitration will not work. Instead, one of the transmitting nodes will detect that his message is distorted outside of the arbitration field. The node will then use the error handling of CAN, which in this case ultimately will lead to one of the transmitting node being switched off bus-off mode. Bus-off mode entered if the controller series problems with transmitting message. No message can be received or transmitted until the CAN controller is reset by host microcontroller or processor. I'd like now to discuss the performance model. The core contribution of this paper is the analytic evaluation of the throughput of the unsaturated traffic conditions. In the analysis, I assume a fixed number of nodes n. I illustrate a two-dimensional Markov chain model. Figure shows the transition probability of the node with the I probability. This covers all the steps a node goes through to access the minimum using CAN while working under unsaturated traffic conditions. Pi, j is the probability that the nodes with higher probability should not send and at the same time the error occur. Equation 1 subtract 1 with the product of two probabilities, the chance of no transmission of I-1 nodes with higher probability and the chance of no error, 1 minus P error. P error is the probability of BT error. Since the probabilities must sum to 1 by the normalization condition, we have the following formula. Based on equation 1 and 2, we can write this. B0,0 denotes the probability visiting the state 0,0. In figure before, the node of the ith probability attempts to transmit the payload after the identifier bits are compared. Equation 4 computes the probability tau I that the ith node finally accesses the bus after being picked as a node of the highest probability among current contenders. We consider unsaturated throughput SI, which we express as the number of slots occupied for a successful packet transmission. EP is average packet payload size. PTRI multi-PTRI indicates the probability of a successful transmission at a slot time. PS PTRI EP is the average amount of payload information successfully transmitted in the slot time. The average length of slot time is calculated considering that the slot time is empty at the probability of 1 minus PTRI. PTRI PS TC TS is successful transmission time. PTRI 1 minus PS TC is collision time calculations. We use the MATLAB tools to solve a proposal model for the throughput. Table summarize the values of the parameter for this analysis. Figure shows the variations of throughput of can occur according to P data by fixing the number of nodes n to 4 and the P error to the minus first power 10. I in probable priority I denotes the rank of the priority assigned to each node. In figure, when the priority is 2, 4, the throughput is smaller than priority 1, so it is hard to see. Naturally, the higher the priority, the higher the priority of transmission, so the higher the data throughput. As P data approaches 1, implying that the highest node has always message to send. The lower priority nodes rarely take a chance to send the message. Figure plus the throughput of can as a function of P error under the same conditions as those for this figure. Throughputs vary significantly, so it's corrected based on priority 1 and B by priority 2. As P error becomes larger, the throughput of these 4 nodes also together steeply fall down to 0 since they repeat computations without delivering message due to PT error regardless of the priority. The sum of this paper presents an analytical model to compute the effective throughput of can over origin channels. Our model takes into account two unsuccessful transmission cases such as collision and bit error on identifiers to see the performance deterioration of can. The numerical results show that identifier field errors severely affect the throughput of can. As our future work, we plan to design a real-world data transfer method that mitigates the bit error impact on can. we've come to the end of the presentation. So thanks very much. Thank you very much for beginning here today.